That guy makes way too much sense and very little sense depending on the day you ask him and talk to him. But what were we gonna do again before he came over and stuff? Right, minigames. And I'm considering adding a whole bunch of minigames, a whole bunch of classic minigames we've seen plenty of time, and maybe one or two brand new minigames we've not seen yet. But to do that, we need to first off pop down to our storage system. Pickups, I only have one repeater. I thought I had more than that. Well, I will take the one repeater. I will take a few other bits of redstone. I will fortunately be able to craft some more repeaters, and then maybe just a few blocks to actually work with. Now hopefully I have what I need, because there's this old rock, paper, scissors game I built like who knows how many seasons ago at this point. But I figured since I am going to have my own minigame area, because like I don't think many people can build many more minigames on here, I might as well make the most of it and actually build up a classic minigame, not just on Cosmic, but just in general with society and humanity. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to play rock, paper, scissors. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain how this works at all. But I might be able to explain some of the redstone at least. Hidden behind this lever and these lamps is just a small little randomizer we can see right down here, where when one of these items actually gets pushed out, it will set a random torch to actually go off, setting that one to go on, setting one of these random ones to go on. Perfect, fantastic. But this doesn't really scream like a rock, paper, scissors game, does it? It more screams just like a big plot of redstone with a hole in it. But that could totally and 100% change. With my idea kind of being like, I guess a skyscraper with like one on top of the other, explaining that it is rock, paper, scissors, that doesn't make much sense at all, does it? Or maybe it does. Maybe I'm just overthinking it and it does make complete and total sense. Okay, something like this. I'm sure everyone knew what I was talking about, but something like this. Every single one of these will have either a rock symbol, a paper symbol, or like a scissor symbol. And by symbol, I mean like the resource I'm going to be using. I need a bit of rock down here, and what better way to use rock than with actual rock? Then paper, obviously wool would be perfect for this. Something that would work better is obviously like a paper block, but since we don't have that, this is the next best thing. Like there's not really anything that would signify scissors other than shears, and you don't really have a shear block or anything like that. But I don't want them to be waxed. I'll have it be like unwaxed. And apart from that copper needing to be oxidized, this is pretty much all set up and ready to play. Just to make sure we could beta test this, so if I go for paper, then goes rock. Okay, that's good. If I go for, say, I don't know, scissors, what will... Okay, two out of three. I'm doing good so far. We tied that one. That's perfectly fine. Okay, one more try. Can we? Right. This game is awful at playing rock, paper, scissors. Everyone who talks about AI getting smarter it is not obviously made it into Minecraft yet, but at the very least, it is at least one other game we have on this humongous island. Another game I actually want to build up is something I don't really see that often at all for a minigame. Something I've known for a while but didn't really do much with is the fact that you can actually riptide through bubble columns. And I'm considering trying to make some form of game, possibly a race to get from the bottom to the top. Riptide 3 is way too easy to go from bottom to top, so we're gonna have to stick with Riptide 1, but I still think we can make some form of fun game on Cosmic with this concept. And I guess building-wise, all we'd really need is two, like, glass tubes going up pretty high up in the sky. But I would like to incorporate some form of design rather than just, like, again, just two tubes going up into the sky. I think I have an idea on how we can do that. But first things first, let's get the actual tubes built up. And I guess around here should be fine. But how high should we have this be? Because I don't want it to be too long or too high. Maybe 128? Should 128 should be fine. And it should be more than fine to build up these tubes fully and completely. Well, at least the tube parts of it, not the water yet. Not until right about now. And now, I would not know what to do without this super easy and super efficient water filling system. Well, I guess I'd fill it up manually, but thank goodness that kelp is a factor in this entire thing. Now we could replace this with the magma. We gotta get ourselves two Riptide 1 tridents. Any levels we need shouldn't be too much of a worry. I mean, 443 should cover it. But it's just a matter of finding tridents, and I think DJ has a pretty decent trident farm, which I'm sure he won't mind if I pinch a trident or two. Or potentially maybe a few to combine a couple. And now it's just a matter of... Nope. Oop, Okay, there's one of them. There's one of them. And one more. All we need is one more. But after plenty of cycling later, we finally have both our Riptide 1 Tritons. Meaning all we have to do is put these things in a chest. And there we go. This game is fully ready to play. Though, I do think it does look a little bit bland. And I was going to use some resin. But I think, considering we already have a pretty orangey ready, like, structure right here, it'd be just a little too boring. Which is why we're going to use red and light blue wool. Not too fancy a design, but should at least be something to make this look a little bit more interesting. Oh yeah, that tiny change makes a whole difference, doesn't it? Yeah, simplest way to play this, you're gonna have to keep spamming your way up as much as you physically can to try making it all the way to the top. I'm not sure if Riptide 1 will make it possible. It might be possible. I should have done more testing with this. I know if you have Riptide on it, it will be pretty much impossible, but it looks like it can be done with Riptide 1. Oh my goodness, that was way more stressful than I thought. No way you could do that with Depth Strider, because Depth Strider makes it way harder to skim your way through the waters we can see like that. And then without Depth Strider, you can go right the way through water way better, way smoother. So it's difficult, challenging, but not impossible, and could make for a fun race to the top. But now for another minigame classic you've probably seen me build before if you've been around a while. Connect 4. We all remember Connect 4. That game where you connect 4 different colors in a row. Yeah, that Connect 4. That Connect 4 that I want to build somewhere maybe around here or something like that. Only big thing is I have come up with one minor conundrum. It's a small one. It shouldn't be one I worry about too much, but it is one that is pretty worthy and worthwhile talking about, especially for this season. Because for this entire season, my goal was to make everything great. Making everything filled with 1 or 2 or as much copper as possible. Only thing is, I cannot find a way to design this in a way that would make it look good with copper. I'm pretty sure there's a way we could do this. I just can't think of it right now. I just can't think of it. Hopefully soon I will be able to think of it. Otherwise, we are going to, for the first time in this entire season, uproot our belief of grading everything across this server. I am not willing to come to that. Even if we have a small bit of copper, that would still be enough to justifying our wants for this entire season. Okay, I finished building this up. It's pretty much constructed. Everything works. All the redstone is in. But where can I add the copper? Where can I add the copper? I don't know. The only thing I could think of doing right now is, because we do have a lot of wool now inside of here, it'd be best to keep any lightning and stuff away from that. So what if we were to put, say, like a couple lightning rods, like on the very edge of it? Like, this is like right on the edge of this having copper and not copper, but it at least kind of counts. It at least kind of counts very narrowly, but even very narrowly still means it does kind of count. And I wish I had other like minigame ideas, but at least as of right now, this is pretty much it. But that doesn't mean that more ideas can't come to my mind at some point in the future. But at least as of right now, what I'm going to do is just like mark out like a very rough and very just messy path around the place. It has to actually go all the way over here, hopefully in a way that would not hinder any other minigames being built. Ooh, I completely forgot about that. It's fine. It's not a problem. I could just do a little bit of this. And I think for now, we do have something that can resemble something that's like a minigame district. There's still a lot more space we'd have to fill up. So there's going to be a lot of brainstorming I'm going to have to do over the coming days. But at least as of right now, I can safely say I'm marginally more comfortable with calling this a minigame district as opposed to just like a random island with just like one single minigame on it. But yeah, let me know what you think of it down below. Let me know if you have any minigames you want me to see build in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.